Hello there, YouTube. Name is Green Bay. I wanted to make a video of my 2003 Cadillac DTS. I always make videos of all my cars, and I wanted to make a video of this car. I'm going to be going over some of the really neat features that the car has. Engine size, horsepower, the good and the bad, because every car always has its good and bads. So I wanted to make a video of the car for those of you that are in the market to buy one of these cars or have any questions about these cars. I'm going to try to answer as many questions as I can on the video. Also, hit like if you like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and without further notice, or without further ado, my bad, here we go. Like I said, this is a 2003 Cadillac DTS. This is the big boy. They made, I believe, the Cadillac CTS, Seville, DeVille, the DTS. There's not really much of a difference between the DeVille and the DTS. Pretty much this is a DeVille. I guess the reason why it's called the DTS is because this is the luxury, this is the top of the line Cadillac in their class. This is basically the pimp daddy. So I'm thinking that's why they call it DTS, because when I look on YouTube, I look and see the DeVille, and it's the same car. Nothing changed. Just some say DeVille, some say DTS. I don't know. Anyways, this comes with the 4.6 liter 32 valve dual overhead cam, 300 horsepower V8 engine. And yes, you heard right. This is the North Star, and these engines are a nightmare. These engines, these North Stars, are notorious with their head gaskets. Now, I did some homework before I bought this car, and the North Star engine, they started building it back in 1993. And it went from 1993 to 2008, 2009 maybe. I'm not 100%. But what I looked at was that the North Star engine that was bad was on the motors from 1993 to 2000. And the problem that they had with the North Star engine was obviously the head gasket problem, that the car will overheat, blow the engine up. So the problem with that was that the bolts that go attached from the top of the head to the bottom of the head, you know, that is like a sandwich, and then in between goes the head gasket. The bolts were too short. So because of them being too short, the antifreeze will leak into the engine and cause it obviously to overheat and blow out the head gasket. But in 2001, supposedly, Cadillac fixed the problem. They made the bolts longer, and they made the head gasket more durable. So that's what they say, from 93 to 2000. So if you have a 93 to 2000, or you're in the market to buy a 93 to 2000 with the North Star engine, be careful. So that's the only downfall about these cars, about the Caddies. But other than that, they're beautiful cars. I mean, I love it. It's a beautiful, beautiful car. It's loaded with luxury. I mean, I've owned in my entire life, I've probably owned over 100 cars, and I've never owned one that has this much luxury. Now, let me remind you, the luxury today is nothing like in 2003. But for 2003, if you had one of these back in 2003, you were the pimp daddy, because this thing is loaded with options. So I'm gonna be going over those the features that it has. But before I do that, I just wanted to mention I did buy the car about going on 3 weeks ago, and it was a nightmare. The day that I bought it, when me and a friend of mine went to look at it, I test drove it. I liked how it drove, and I told the guy I wanted it. So I buy the car from the guy. We leave, get on the highway. Maybe 5 minutes from us leaving, a transmission line busted. There was transmission fluid everywhere. So we looked, and I'm being sarcastic, but it's the truth. There was probably like 60,000 stores where we were, and there was not a single Pep Boys or a single AutoZone or Advance, so I could buy that hose. So we ended up having to leave the car there. It was a Saturday. Went back Sunday morning. I went to Advance out here in Lancaster, bought the line for $8. Bought some transmission fluid because it leaked all the transmission fluid out. Replaced that hose. Took me maybe like 15 minutes. And we were on the road, and ever since, I haven't had any problems with it. Drives like a dream. It is a V8, so the gas, it depends. I mean, if you're going to be punching the gas all the time, then yeah, you don't want this, because this is a gas guzzler. But if you're driving normal, it's not actually that bad on gas. It really isn't. So, that's enough for that. Now I'm going to go with you some of the little dings and scratches that it has, and also go over some of the neat features. So let's start over here. As you can see, it has a little dent right there on the hood. On the trunk, I'm sorry. Little scratch right there. As you go here on the sides, there's really nothing. A little ding right there on the back door. It does have a big... has that little scuff mark right there. It's cracked there. The bumper's cracked at the bottom. On this side, this is the part I hate. On this side, the bumper's cracked. I don't know how the hell that happened, but it happened. That wasn't me. It was like that when I bought it. And this big old dent in the back, which I hate it, but other than that, that's pretty much it when it comes to dings and scratches and whatnot. So, some of the neat features the car has, again, this is things you find on the cars today. But back in 2003, this was a luxury feature on a car. Now cars have backup cameras. Back in 2003, they had backup sensors that go across the bumper, and I think that's real neat, because when you're trying to parallel park, it's a neat feature to have. As you're getting closer to the car behind you, in the back, which I'll show you in a little bit, in the back it has 3 lights, 2 orange lights and a yellow one. A red one, my bad. And as you're getting closer to the car behind you, one light comes on orange. When you're getting closer, a second light turns orange. And when you're like right against it, it turns red, telling you, hey, stop. And it beeps inside, letting you know. Also has the quad exhaust in the back. Kind of neat. I like that. That's, I think it used to be for like a satellite radio or maybe a cell phone. I'm not sure. Also, it has the fog lights at the bottom. I love the Cadillac thing on the hood. I love that. That's neat. So now going on the inside of the car. Got the power seats with the lumbar support. It has your the wood going across the dash and across the door panel. the back door panel, the door panel on this side, the back one. And then for the backup sensors, this is what I was talking about. If you see that back there, that's what the little 3 lights are, the 2 orange lights and the red light. As you're backing up, as you're getting closer to the car behind you, the lights come on and he beeps, letting you know, that you're getting a little too close. It has your Bose sound system, which he sounds beautiful. I love how he sounds. He sounds really, really good. With your CD change, well, this one doesn't have a CD changer. Some of these DTSs have the CD changer in the glove box. I don't have that. So I only have the single CD and the tape player. Your digital climate controls for driver and passenger. That's your information center for the dash. Over here you got your headlights, the fog lights, the trunk, the gas, how bright or dark you want your dash. The twilight, that's for like at nighttime when you park and you get out of the car. You can set for how long you want the lights to remain on until you go inside your house. Excuse me. It has your 2 memory seating for 2 drivers, which will only be for 1 because I don't let nobody touch my cars. Your power windows and locks, it is a 1 touch down, 1 touch up for all the windows. Your auto locks, your heat controls for your heater, for the heated seats, I'm sorry. One neat feature I like about this car is that for the back passengers, you have your own heated seats right here. So it has heated seats for the rear driver. For the rear passenger. And also for the passenger on the other side. Also has its own climate control back here for your AC, for your heater, for the people in the back. That's a neat feature too. Your armrest in the back, and if you open it up, it has the cup holders, which you put them right there in that corner. But like I said, nobody really sits in my car other than me, so that's another neat feature that he has. The rear heated seats. Another neat feature that I like about the car, it's the dash. The dash is a LEDs. It's LED, and when you turn the key, your dash comes to life. And something neat about it too is that you see how you have your regular needles, and then you got the digital one. You can have them all like that, or you can turn these off and just keep it digital, or you can turn the digital off and turn that on, or have them both on, which that's how I like it. I like both of them more. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me today. Both of them on. Over here you got your information center. It says check fuel gauge because I'm a little low on gas right now. It says check tire pressure because the other day I went to the gas station and I put air on the back tires but not in the front. So now the tire pressure is not even because I didn't do the tires in the front. But that's the only reason why that comes on. Then you got the check coolant level, service tire monitor, check fuel gauge, 53 miles still empty. You can turn that off if you like. Feature programming, also has integrated phone. It tells you how much percent of transmission fluid your car has, which mine says 100% because, like I said, I just had to replace that hose and had to put all new transmission fluid in it. Tells you your engine oil life, which is at 90%. I just did an oil change on it like 2 weeks ago. Your tire pressure for the rear right is at 43. Left right is at 43. 32 in the front. 11.9 battery volts, so it tells you how much voltage your battery has, so it tells you if your battery is any good or not. Really neat feature to have. I'm a timer if you want to time yourself when you drive, which I don't do that. 11.8 average miles per hour. 98.2 gallons of gas used, whatever that is. Miles per gallon average. And then that's how much gas I have left. Over here, you can have it your stuff to read as metric or your regular, which I just like my regular because I'm not from Canada, I'm not from another country, so I like to keep my stuff normal. Here over here is for your trip for A and B. I'm sorry again, guys. Over here, digital climate control. Like I said, it has for the driver and the passenger. Everything is digital. Right now it's 78 degrees outside. I live in Lancaster, PA. So it's nice out here. You got the wood everywhere. You got the wood around here on the shifter. Over here, you got a coffee space right there. Your traction control buttons right there. Cup holders. It has two things for your armrest. It has one at the top. Then it has another one at the bottom. Your controls for your sunroof, your garage door opener. Obviously, that's your sunroof. It has the compass on the rearview mirror. It has OnStar, but I don't have it hooked up. Another neat feature I like, it has the LED turning signals in the mirror. I did not put those on. That's how the car came from factory. It comes with those LED lights in the mirrors. I also love that it has the LED lights in the rear, so you can see how bright they are. And that's a really neat feature. I like the whole LED thing because it's really bright. It's cool. I like it. Now I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna put the windows up real quick because there's this white stuff falling down from the trees and it's getting on the car, and I don't like that. I'm a clean freak. When I bought this car looked nothing like this. So you can look at the door panels. The only thing that did not come off is this yellow stuff. I tried to get it off, but it won't come out. But these door panels did not look anything like they do now. Your door, along the doors, the seats, it looked nothing like this when I got it. I like the wood on the steering wheel. That's a neat feature. Also, it has your, you can control your temperature from the steering wheel. Like I said, it has for your phone, your cruise control buttons down here, the volume for the radio, change radio stations. So if you're playing a CD, you can change that too. This thing it's loaded. It's loaded. But like I was saying, this car looked nothing like this when I bought it. When I bought this car, it looked nothing like this. Nothing like this whatsoever. Here's the other main feature that I was talking to you guys about. I can find where the heck I put my keys. Back here for your for the rear passengers, you can set your for your AC, for your heater, how fast you want the fan to go or low, the modes, what mode you want it on, if you want it on your face, your legs, your waist. These things here are automatic. And what I mean by automatic is that you can adjust this for your seatbelt, how high or low you want it to be. And it's automatic, but I cannot figure out for the life of me how to work this. So, until I do, I can't do anything about it because I don't know how in the world to do it. So, now I'm going to show you the engine. Like I said, this car looked nothing like it does now. Nothing. This car was, I don't even know how to explain myself because this was nasty. And when I say nasty, I mean nasty. It took me a good, I think it was like 3.5 hours to clean this interior. The engine looked nothing like I'm about to show you. Nothing. Look at that. Look how beautiful that looks. How shiny everything is. How clean everything is. Like I said, it is the North Star V8 engine with the 32 valve. This engine looked nothing like this. This was nasty. And when I say nasty, I should have taken before and after pictures to show you what exactly is it that I mean when I say nasty. This engine looked nothing like it does now. None of this stuff, none of this. None of that looked like it does now. None of it. This was unbelievably nasty, dirty looking. So, well, yeah, that's the engine, obviously. 32 valve North Star V8. Trunk is huge. I mean, you can probably fit a person or two people back here. Like, you don't have anywhere to live. That's, I think that trunk is big enough to fit like 3 fucking people in it. I mean, huge. So, like I said, I love the car. I love how it drives. It's smooth, quiet. It does have the air suspension. So, for those of you that own Caddies, that have the air suspension, you know what I'm talking about, how smooth it is, how it drives. I mean, it drives like you're in the air. I mean, when you hit potholes, you can't even tell. Now, the only bad thing about the air suspension is that they are expensive when they go bad, especially on a Cadillac. I know a guy that had a 2002 Cadillac Seville STS. Beautiful car. And he had to do the suspension on the car because the suspension went bad. And the car sat in the back lower than it did in the front. So for him to replace his suspension, ready for this? He spent $3,000. $3,000. Now he went to the GM dealer. He went to the Cadillac dealer. And they did it at the dealer. You can bypass and get that suspension from eBay. You can. You can get the air suspension from eBay and replace it. The only problem is that these cars, on that computer thing I showed you on the dash, it has sensors for everything. So if you replace the suspension, it's gonna say suspension. How is it that it says? It says anyway that it says that the suspension needs to be serviced. That you need to replace your shocks, your struts, whatever. So I mean you can get by and just replace them with like shocks from eBay, Amazon, whatever. Maybe AutoZone Advance. You can. The only thing is that the life or service your suspension is not going to go off. It's going to stay on every time you start the car. Or you can be like me and go to the junkyard and get it from another car. The same car you have. Good things to look for because you'll probably be like, well, how am I supposed to know if the suspension on that Cadillac works? Easy. When the suspension goes bad on these cars, they tend to sit low. They're lower than normal in the back. If you look at this, if you look at mine sits lower in the back than it does in the front. But mine is not because it needs the suspension replaced, because the light doesn't come on my dash. What happened was the guy that had this car before I did, he cut the springs to make it look, I guess, cool. Which I don't think there's anything cool about that. Because if you want to lower the suspension on a car, if it's a low rider car or a Honda or a Toyota, then yeah. But why do you want to do that on a fucking luxury car? This is a Cadillac. This is not a Honda Accord. This is not a Honda Civic. This is not a Toyota Tercel or a Toyota Corolla. This is supposed to be a luxury vehicle. Why are you going to sit there and lower the suspension on a car that's supposed to be meant for luxury? I don't like it. I'm going to get it fixed. First, I'm going to go the cheapest way, and I'm going to go through the junkyard. I haven't had time to go to the junkyard yet to look for it. And if I don't get lucky in the junkyard, then I'm going to just do the whole eBay thing and get the suspension through eBay and then just override the computer in the car because there's ways for you to do that. Because I'm not going to sit there and go to fucking the Cadillac dealer and pay $3,000 for a suspension on a car that's not worth $3,000 today. Now, the car has 123,000 miles. Drives like a dream. Awesome. I love how he drives. I love how he handles. That no-star V8, I'm going to tell you, those 300 horses, when you need them, they're there. This car is a very powerful car to drive. It is very fast. It's very powerful. And like I said, he only has 123,000 miles on it. And inside and out, it's in very good shape, other than the little dings that it has here and there. It has 4 brand new tires, and if I'm not mistaken, they are 235s, 55s, 17s. All 4 of them are Firestone. I think this is the first car I've ever owned that all 4 tires match, to be honest with you. All the other cars I've had, it had like 2 matching tires, and then the other 2 tires were like a different brand, or each tire was a different brand. So I think this is the first car I've ever owned that all 4 tires match. All 4 tires are the same, like these are Firestones. It has the nice chrome wheels, which I believe only the DTS. I think the DTS is the only one that has the chrome wheels. Also has the side markers for when you put your turning signals on at nighttime. And it has your regular GM keyless entry remote. I think that they should have maybe changed this a little bit, being that it's a Cadillac. You know, if it's supposed to be a luxury car, I think they should have made the remote a little more luxurious looking, if you know what I mean, and not so like a fucking Pontiac Grand Am or a Pontiac Grand Prix remote. But that's GM for you. They like to be cheap. So anyways, I think I covered pretty much everything there was to cover about the car. Like I said, oh yeah, you can also control the seats, the back seats from the front. This is for the back seats. Because it says there, well, this is for the back seat only, and then for your seat in the front. Also has on the passenger side, it has a power seat with power lumbar support. The glove box is huge. I mean, look at that thing. That thing is huge. Fuck, I can fit a fucking TV in there. I like the this little neat coffee space that it has here. That's really neat. Comes with the owner's manual. Another neat feature, has a Cadillac pen. I mean, look at that. And it's a Cadillac pen because he has the Cadillac logo on it somewhere. Oh yeah, right there. Cadillac logo. So he has a Cadillac fancy looking pen. That's kind of neat. I haven't used it yet. I gotta use that for when I go clubbing so I can get phone numbers from girls. So I'm gonna keep that pen in there in case I get lucky. I am not selling the car, but money talks. So if somebody is willing to offer me what I would want for the car, I'll sell it. I'm always like that. I always buy cars. I have them for a little while, and then when I get tired of them, I get rid of them. So, like I said, the car doesn't need anything whatsoever. Nothing. Car runs and drives 100%. No check engine lights. No lights on the dash whatsoever. You might have seen the engine light on and the battery light on when I had the key in the ignition, but the car was not on. I had it on the on position, but the car wasn't actually on. When you turn it on, all those lights go off. So, doesn't need any of that. Another neat feature too is when you start this car, you don't have to hold the key until the car starts. All you do is you turn the key once and let it go, and the car starts on its own. I think that's a neat feature too. For those of you that just bought one of these and are looking for where the hell the battery's at, it's under the seat. It's under the seat in the back. Your fuse box and your battery sits under the seat. I'm not going to take that out, but it's easy to take out. And the battery is under there. In case one of you that have one of these and your battery died and you can't figure out where the hell it is, it's under the back seat. Shoot, I'm trying to think if I'm not missing anything. Because I like to be very, very, I like to, say everything in detail. I forgot also it has your telescope steering wheel, forward, backwards, down, up. Another neat feature. This car has so many luxury features that I don't even know what else is there. I know there's a lot more that I need to cover, but I can't think of the top of my head right now what else is there to cover. So, I just wanted to make this short video of my car. And if any of you have any questions whatsoever about this car, make sure to write a comment. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions about anything about the car. Also, I forgot to mention, it has 8 speakers around the whole car. You got your 2 tweeters there. Has the speaker right there. He has speaker there. On each one of the back doors, he has a speaker, and then he has a big subwoofer in the back. So he has a total of 8 speakers. The system sounds really, really nice. I really like how it sounds. And if you're like, well, that's bullshit because mine sounds like shit, well, that's probably because the person that had it before you put too much bass on the radio and blew your speakers. But if your speakers are not blown, it has a really nice sound to it. I really like the sound. I know I'm missing something, guys, but I cannot think for the life of me what it is. And I hate it because then I will have to go back and redo the whole video all over again. But right now I can't think of anything. The sunroof is a one touch open, one touch close. What else? Oh yeah, the car's not for sale, but if somebody out there likes the car and would like to throw me an offer, I'm open for any offer. Don't lowball me. I know what I have. It is a beautiful car. It drives like a dream. Doesn't need anything. I show you the little dings that he has. He has a ding in the front, and then he has that big old nasty one in the back, which is not too bad, but he's obviously very noticeable. And then I showed you the one up here. Then there's another one there. Little ding on the door in the back. I don't know if you can see that. Little scuff mark there. The one at the bottom. I don't like that, but the junkyard that I go to, you get that bumper for $25. Well, I guess another thing I wanted to say, I'm a Green Bay fan. I am not from Green Bay. I'm from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. But my team is in Green Bay. I'm a Packers fan. I don't know what happened this season. We choked at the end, like we always do. So, I mean, we did have a lot of key players that were injured. I think that's bullshit. When the Giants hit Jordan Nelson in the ribs and they didn't call that, I think that was a bullshit call. We had Clay Matthews with a bad shoulder. Obviously, Eddie Lacy with a bad knee. Even though Eddie Lacy is not going to play for us anymore, which I don't really care for him because I think that Ty Montgomery is better than Eddie Lacy. I mean, that's my opinion. So, we'll see what happens this season coming up. I can't wait for football to start. There's another thing I wanted to go over with you guys real quick. It has to do with the cops. I have nothing against cops. Nothing whatsoever. I don't have anything against them. They do have a very dangerous job, even though I think firefighters have a very dangerous job too, but people don't really see that. And like I said, I don't have anything against police officers, but I am against police brutality. I am against the way some of these police officers treat people, especially those of you that don't know about the law. I'm going to educate you a little bit on your first, second, third, fourth, fifth amendment right. For instance, if you're driving at night and a cop pulls you over and he asks you for information before even telling you why he stopped you, you don't got to give him shit. Now, he's going to try to intimidate you because they're really good at that. They're going to try to intimidate you, telling you, no, I don't need to tell you why I stopped you. I need your information right now, or I'm going to detain you. No, you don't have to give them shit. And if they take you out of the car and handcuff you, that's a lawsuit against them right there. You can put a lawsuit against them. Your First Amendment right gives you the right to not show a police officer any identification whatsoever, especially if you're a passenger. If you're a passenger and the cop pulls over the driver and the cop asks the passenger for ID, the passenger doesn't have to give them shit. If you don't believe me, me and my friend put up a video on YouTube. It's called Cop Stoppers. No, yeah, it's our channel is called Cop Stoppers 33. The video is called Cop Gets On in Lancaster, PA. One night we were coming from the club, and I was on Columbia Avenue, and a cop decided to stop me. As he approached the vehicle, he asked me for my information, but he didn't tell me why he had stopped me. So I told him, I'm not giving you anything until you tell me why you stopped me. He goes ahead and says, no, I don't need to tell you why I stopped you, blah, blah, blah. I said, yes, you do. I have every legal right to know why I'm being stopped. No, I don't have to tell you that I need your information. I said, sir, I'm not giving you anything until you tell me why I'm being pulled over. Once you tell me why I'm being stopped, then I'll give you my information. Fair enough, he told me, well, I stopped you because you were swerving, and I want to make sure you're not drinking. Well, I told him I was avoiding potholes on the ground because at the time I had a Nissan Maxima and I had 20-inch wheels on it, and I didn't want my wheels to get messed up. So I told him that's why I was avoiding the potholes. So he goes on by trying to intimidate my friend, which he was the passenger, asking my friend for his ID. My friend wouldn't budge. My friend didn't give him his ID. So the cop gets mad, goes to the other side on the passenger side door, opens the door, tried to act like he was going to drag my friend out of the car. He told my friend, if you don't give me your ID, I'm placing you under arrest and taking you to the police station. My friend said, go ahead, then what? What are you going to do? You can't do anything. You can't charge me with anything. If a cop asks you for ID, these are the three things you need to ask him. Number one, am I being detained? Am I being suspected of a crime? Am I being arrested? If all of those three questions that you ask the cop says no to all three, you do not have to give him jack shit. Okay? Know your rights. Your Fourth Amendment right gives you the right. Oh, wait, I said it backwards. I'm sorry. Your Fourth Amendment right gives you the right not to show a police officer your identification or tell the officer who you are. Your First Amendment right gives you the right to record a police officer while on duty, while on a traffic stop, while on a call, or while they want to sit there and just talk and talk and talk and talk and not do their job. You can record them. If a cop comes up to you and says that he doesn't give you authorization to record them, all you need to tell him is, I don't need authorization from you to record you because, number one, you're a public servant. So if I want to record you, I can do so. Number two, I'm exercising my First Amendment right, which gives me the right to record you. And I don't need permission from you. So like I said, cops are going to try to intimidate you. And if you don't know about the law, you're in for a big surprise. But if you know about the law like we do, you'll be okay. I'm telling you right now that you don't need to show a cop anything. Nothing whatsoever. So that's pretty much your First Amendment right. Gives you the right not to show up. What the hell's wrong with me today? First Amendment right gives you the right not to, gives you the right to record police officer while on duty, while patrolling, while on a call, while they're just sitting in the cars doing nothing, just chit-chatting and doing nothing. And your Fourth Amendment right gives you the right that you don't have to produce any type of identification to any police officer whatsoever. So, I know this because I've been pulled over by police before, and they try to intimidate me by not telling me why they stopped me, and it hasn't gone very well for them because like I said, a cop cannot just stop you for no reason. A cop cannot, you drive by and be like, ooh, there goes a silver car, I'm going to stop him. No, they have to have reason to stop you. Whether it is because you ran a red light, ran a stop sign, didn't use your signal, have an expired plate, expired tags, expired inspection stickers. They have to have a reason to stop you. They can't just stop you for no reason. I'm telling you, you don't have to show anything to a police officer until they tell you the reason why you're being stopped. Also, if a police officer stops you but doesn't give you a reason why he stopped you, you don't have to give him anything, and I think I already said that. Passengers, back and front, if the cop asks you for ID, you do not have to give him anything. Like I said again, they're going to try to intimidate you. They're going to do that. The Supreme Court passed a law that police officers are allowed to lie to you so they can get information off of you. So also remember that. If a cop tells you, if you don't tell me this, if you don't tell me that, I'm placing you under arrest, that's a lie. They're saying that just so that they can get information from you. Also, passenger, like I said, you don't have to give a police officer any identification because he didn't pull you over. He put the driver over. He needs to worry about the driver, not the passenger or the people sitting in the back. Also, I covered that you are allowed to record a police officer in action while on duty, while on calls, whatever the case might be. You have every right to do so. So that pretty much covers this video. Like I said, if you guys have any questions or comments, please write them below. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And like I said, the car, I'm not selling it, but if somebody likes it and they would like to buy it, I'm open to offers. The worst thing I can say is no. Like I said again, please do not try to lowball me because I know what I have and this car runs excellent. So, and it doesn't need anything. So, well, besides I mentioned about the springs, because the person that had it before me, he lowered it by cutting the springs. If you like it this way, you don't have to do anything to it. But if you want to have it normal, like, normal suspension, then spend a few bucks and get yourself a suspension for the car. Anyway, I hope this video helped all of those of you who are looking into buying a Cadillac DeVille or DTS. They're both pretty much the same, except that the DTS is like the pink daddy of the Cadillac. So if you guys, like I said, if you guys have any comments, please write below. Let me know what you think about the video. If I bored you to death, I'm sorry. I just like to be thorough when I make my videos. And God bless you. And take care.